the beginning of another training. It's like the beginning of clarity. Clarity before growth. That's the whole training. The idea is many times we think that the problem with us is growth. We need to grow. We need to have more businesses. We need to have more customers. Meanwhile, we probably lack clarity. Okay, we probably do not know what we should be doing in the first place. And there's this Bible Bible verse that I like that kind of points towards what I'm talking about. Luke 14:28. For which of you intending to build a tower seated not down first and counted the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? You understand what I mean? So there has to be a time to sit down and think through the whole thing. That okay, this thing I'm doing now, what is it? Am I really doing what I should be doing? Am I really doing it the way I should be doing it? Who actually needs this my service or needs this my product? Am I really, answering or delivering or solving the problems they actually have? Right? It's the whole clarity thing that we're thinking about. There has to be a time to sit down and clarify things. Okay, that's why we're here today. Many entrepreneurs are busy every day, working hard, posting online, selling products, trying different ideas. But sometimes, despite all that, business feels slow, and nothing is really happening. Many times, as I said, it's just an issue of direction. All right, so we're going to try to deal with that today, and that's why we are here. But before we go on, I'm just going to mention this. You have to be participants in the groups. So you have yourself with your smaller groups. Please participate. All right, please participate. If you do not participate, you won't get the full value that this whole program can provide. All right, program in this progress will depend on your participation, not just I'm listening. I heard you. I read it. I watched the video. Participate. Do the test. Do the trainings. Do the exercises. Do the assignments. All right. Participate. Be consistent. Engage. All right. For example, those of you now that shared your name and what you did, there are some people here that will remember you, all right, and what you said. Like, I remember you from that day. Like, there's people that I remember from Thursday's class because they shared, all right? So that's the beauty of engaging. If you do not engage, nobody will know you are there. Nobody will know that they can work with you. Nobody will know what you do. So participate, engage. So engage, find support, find someone to work with. While you are doing everything that you are doing, just think, I do not need to do all of this alone. Is there somebody I can work with here? Sit down and look at that. Okay? And then I was going to say something about introducing yourself. We have to learn to introduce ourselves with the right words. Now, do not belittle what you do, but do not also over what's the word? Overpaint it. Do not make it look extremely sweet. And you say things that people do not understand, right? So say what people will understand, but say it with conviction, with that force that you love what you are doing, you believe in what you are doing. Okay? Because if you do not believe in what you are doing and you're not pushing it that way, why do you expect another person to be interested? You understand what I mean? For someone to be interested in what you are doing, you need to be able to sell it with that force, that same confidence. Okay? So you need to do that. And to do that, sit down, look through the problem that you're solving. Okay? And then find ways to make it more impactful. Right? Use the words that will hit more. Okay, so I've been doing this for 5 years. Right? So think about it. I've been doing this for 5 years versus I've been doing this for half a decade. Right? So I've been doing this for 25 years versus I've been doing this for a quarter of a century. Do you understand what I mean? You can change those words to stronger, more impactful things. Right? So that you are rememberable. So you introduce yourself and somebody remembers that you introduced yourself. Right? They keep asking me church every day, why do you always wear 10 beads in your hand like this? The major reason is you would never forget. You would always remember there was one guy that wore 10 beads. If you say my glasses, that's some people that wear glasses. No one wears 10 beads. Pastor wears like 4. Right? Pastor wears like 4. I think I'll be going down that one. 10. Somebody will say, that guy that wears 10 beads. Rememberable, right? If nobody remembers you, all your marketing, all you are doing is a waste. Okay? So that's the thing. Are you getting it? I hope I'm not talking to myself here. It's like I'm talking to myself. I hope I'm not talking to myself. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. So if you can hear me, say here. Precede, say here. I want to feel the energy. I feel as if I'm talking to myself.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I have a script. Let me quickly go down my script. Can you see my slide? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Can you see?
Yes.
You can see my screen. Oh, fantastic. All right. So clarity before growth. Oh, let's see. All right. So clarity before growth. Know your business, your customer, and direction. All right. So why is this training important? This training matters because many businesses struggle. Is everything okay? Okay. So many businesses struggle because they lack direction, they lack clarity, they lack focus, and does not always mean busy does not always mean productive. Right? So you can be busy and not be productive. So the goal of the program, as I said earlier, we want participation, we want you to be consistent, and we want you to engage. That is the only way you can get the full value of the program. And as I said on Thursday, at the end of these trainings, you are going to get a certificate that you have been trained by the Emerging Entrepreneurs Covenant Community Group. So if you like, participate. If you like, do not participate. We are going to do our best whether you like it or not. All right? All right. So we're going to quickly get into it. Understanding business stages. Every business grows in stages. Now, if you look at your groups, you will realize that we grouped you into stages too, based on the problems that most people were, they said they had business problems, expansion problems, startup problems, customer problems. A lot of these problems mean you are at different stages in business. Okay, and so we grouped you according to those stages. So every business goes in stages. Knowing your stage prevents confusion. How? Okay, so I'm not going to ask how many of you were last Thursday, but I just want to be sure that you guys are actually in the proper groups where you should be. So, can you confirm that you have all been moved to the groups that you want to be in, or the groups that you should be in? You are yet to introduce yourself. Where were you when we were introducing ourselves, Becky? We introduced ourselves already. Oh. How about Ignatius? We introduced ourselves and passed because I was just going through with everybody that was there. So if you missed it, then you probably were not here when we were doing that. So knowing your stage prevents confusion, knowing your stage prevents frustration. So one, startup stage. What happens at the startup stage? In the startup stage, this is the idea stage. You are testing things, you are experimenting, you are trying to understand what works. Um, you don't have customers or you have few customers, you're not sure about the pricing. How much should I charge for this service? How much should I charge for this product? Should I charge as it cost me? Should I add any extra money? Is there anything like too much profit? All those kind of things. You are learning just basic things at that time. All right. Many times you're expecting fast profit, like, oh, I want to eat it sharp, sharp. They said this business is the business to start with. Okay. Now, the problem many people make at that startup stage is the question I kept asking is, who told you that you should be doing that business that you are doing? Do you understand? Some people think that doing a particular business, maybe they're doing it to make extra money. They are doing it because a member of their team or a member of their family told them that this is where everybody's going to right now. So that is where they should go, you know. But I think that if they had sat down, thought it through, be sure, like, okay, this business that I want to do now, what is the best way to go about it? Who has done it before? Who do I know that is in this business that has made it in this business? Can that person mentor me? Can I work with that person? Can I learn from that person? Can I read everything that person has written? Do you understand? I am a person that believes in people. Many people have done what you're trying to do. So have you studied them so that you don't make the same mistakes or you don't do the same things? Have you studied them? Are you better than them? All right. Are you sure that that particular area can fit you and fit your personality? So I'll give a small example. Because there was a time in abroad, right? Many people were becoming healthcare practitioners and moving abroad, and just changing their lives, saying, "Okay, fine, I can become a nurse now because this country needs healthcare practitioners," right? Meanwhile, personally, they couldn't stand hospital things. So they hate hospital smell. They can't stand the sight of blood. They can't they can't touch people. They can't clean up after people, right? So these are the major things that nurses do. So when you become a nurse and all these things you do not do it, are you really fit for what you have decided to do? Do you understand what I mean? So sometimes that's the problem. Not being fit for what you have decided to do. And you would have taken all your money and invested in the business. For me now, for example, I have been trying to understand crypto, but this my head, I refuse to understand that crypto thing. So because my head doesn't understand it, I don't get anywhere near crypto. Right? So I will now say, okay, crypto that I don't understand, I will not carry my money and put there. I don't even know what I should be doing or I shouldn't be doing. Do you understand what I mean? So there's a lot of learning that has to take place and testing. This is the stage where you test things. Right? There's a lot of testing that has to happen at this startup stage. So you are testing. How are you sure that this is what you should be doing? How are you sure that this product that you have created? I met a guy and he was creating a particular product, and he came to me and said, "What do you think about this product? It's nice, right?" And I said, "The product already exists." He's like, "Oh, I didn't even know." He thought he was creating it for the first time. But I've already met someone who already has that product. You understand? So have you researched properly? Have you checked everything you should be checking? Not everything is online. Sometimes you need to talk to people who are practicing in the field. All right, you talk to people who are practicing in the field. So start up. So much work has to be done. Then the next thing is the customer building stage. This is where how would I put it now? Your major assignment here, or the major thing you should be doing here is understanding um, understanding what who a customer is. You understand? So who's your customer? Where does your customer stay? What kind of people or what kind of problems do your customers have? You understand? Um, if you ask many people, they'll say, "Oh, I sell water. Everybody's my customer because they expect everybody to drink water." Yes, but not everybody will drink water that is in a nylon bag. Right? People can drink in nylon bag, but not everybody will drink water in a nylon bag. They would prefer to drink maybe bottled water. You get the idea now. Meanwhile, there's some people that they won't do nylon bag, they won't do bottled water. They want real bottle. You get what I mean? So even with water that everybody should drink, people would have the way they want to drink it. Do you understand what I mean? So, in picking your customers, you need to understand these little things. All right, we're going to dive more into customer later. Let's just quickly then stage three, financial stability stage. Here, focus on predictable income. All right, you are doing 5 million this month. Are you able to do 5 million the following month, or you did 5 million this month and you're not going to do 1 million that following month? And you do 4 million the next month, and then you come to do 900,000 or 500,000 the other month. Trying to make sure that your income is consistent. Dealing with your pricing issues or your customer issues, dealing with sourcing products and everything. That consistent inflow, right? Know the difference between uh, revenue and profits. That consistent inflow, all those things, you are dealing with them at stage three. Stage four, you're talking about structure and development. This is where you start talking systems. Okay, um, I cannot be doing everything on my own. Right? I need to expand. I need to have other people that will do. I need to create more of myself. So before I was the person that will answer the WhatsApp call. I was the person that will go and do the delivery. I'm the person that will wash, that will iron. Okay, I'm the person that will do every single thing. But now, can I get a delivery guy? Bam. Can I get somebody who will wash while I focus on just ironing? Do you understand? So in the system, in creating systems, outsource your weaknesses. All right. And when you outsource your weaknesses, all right, you focus on your strengths. Okay. So creating systems that help you improve, help you become more efficient. That's what you do at that stage. Stage five, growth and expansion, just as it is. You want to do multiple products. You want to expand into other countries. Uh, you want to dangote-nize, dangote-tize your business, right? You want to become really, really, really big. All right. So that's what you're doing at that level. Any questions so far? Are we good? Oh, your slides. Can't you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see us.
Okay, so okay, you still want the slides. Okay, I will share my slides. I would share with the leaders and they would make sure you have them. Well, okay, I think I'll just add it to the resource. We have a resource page on the hub. You just see resource on the hub. So I'm going to add the slides there, so it's easy for all of us to make it. All right, all right. So we have talked about all those stages and we have grouped people along those stages. So you can sit down and do a mini assignment on your own. Right? This mini assignment is just to think of your business, think of what level or what stage you are in, according to what I've said. All right. And just try to make sure that your group aligns with that because that is where those groups would position you or where those groups will help you get to. Right? We have tried based on the questions you answered to do that, but I think we made errors with some people. So please just try to check that. All right, so we're going to define the problem your business solves. All right. So I'm moving from just um, product thinking. Let me put it that way. We're moving from just thinking about I need to create a product, I need to create a service. They said this is the product that works, this is the service that works. All right. So some people are just saying, oh, this product works, this service works, right? But then the other thing we should be thinking about is that product and that service, are they really solving a problem for someone? Right? So that's solution thinking. So shifting focus from product thinking to solution thinking. What do customers buy? Customers do not buy products, customers buy solutions. Right? So for me now, if I use I've forgotten his name, the laundry guy. If I want to have a laundry guy, what does the laundry guy actually sell for me? Let me ask this question. That laundry, the laundry now, what does the laundry guy actually sell? Who can answer? If you get this question correctly, I will buy you puff puff and zobo. Please, who can answer? The audio keeps breaking. Sorry, my audio keeps breaking. Can you guys hear me well? Jubril says my audio keeps breaking. Okay, okay, fine. So, what does the laundry guy? Okay, what does the laundry guy sell? Ease and convenience. Someone says ease and convenience. Who else? Who else? Who else? Comfort. Hmm. Who uses? Thank you so much. Who said time? Like, yes, puff puff and zobo, cold zobo. I'm coming. I'll give you puff puff and zobo, very cold one. Time, time. See, comfort. Yeah, we can say okay, maybe comfort, or we can say ease and convenience because you don't want to wash clothes. Yes, but you see, the most important thing is that time. Time you would have spent doing other things, you will spend it washing. Now the laundry guy does that for you. It's time, right? Time is one thing that you cannot get. Like you can't create another one. Right? You can't create another one. Like you are the 1 minute you lose gisting or playing, you have lost it. You cannot get it back. So when you have people doing things like that, what you're trying to get is time. It's the same thing when you have other people working for you in your business. You all have the same 24 hours. So if you want to be the one to write out the post that you want to make, you want to be the one to design the post, you want to be the one to go and deliver the clothes when you have washed them. You want to be the one to wash those clothes. 24 hours, what time do you have? But if you have some other person designing, another person doing delivery, another person washing, then you just go and deliver. That time that they spend doing all of that, they save that time for you. It's time. All right. So the resource that you are going to multiply or get more of in that situation is time. Time. All right. So that's something very, very important. So thank you very much. You must collect your puff puff and zobo. So please remind me, remind me. Okay, so the problem framework. So the problem framework says what problem exists, right? Who experiences this problem and why does the problem matter? All right. So what is your product solving? Your product should be solving a particular problem. Your product should be solving that problem for a person. Who is your product solving the problem for? And then, why is it important? Why is important is it a nice to have or it is a must have? Nice to have, there's a way you market it, there's a way you push it. Must have, sometimes you don't even need to do much, it will just work. It's like healthcare, right? Somebody can tell you that he's broke or he wants to buy a new car or buy a new house. The minute he falls ill, he doesn't think of the new car or the new house. He's thinking only one thing: I want to become healthy. Because health is a must have. It's not a nice to have. If you do not have health, then there's nothing you can do. Do you understand what I mean? So, why does the problem matter? What problem actually exists and who experiences the problem? Okay. So, this is the class activity thing. This one, I need you guys to. Can you do a screenshot of this? Then answer it and go and post in the hub. You have 5 minutes. Can we quickly do this? Answer this. My business solves what problem? What problem does your business solve? For who does the business solve it? And because what matters? Do you understand what I mean? So my business solves this problem for this person because if this matters or because so. So you need to answer that. So let me use an example. Um, let's use a hospital for example. My business provides healthcare for middle income people because healthcare is important. If those middle income people do not get healthcare, they will not be able to contribute to other people's lives or do their jobs or whatever. You get the idea. So please, quick class activity, 5 minutes. I'm waiting. And you are posting this on the hub. So I'm going to the hub now, going to see what you guys are posting there. So posting this on the hub. Reluna interior design provides solutions by transforming ordinary spaces into beautiful, modern, and premium environments. You have not answered all the questions. So. Reluna. Reluna solves a problem. For who and why does it matter? Reluna, for who? Yes, keep going. For who and why does it matter? And post on the hub. Just go to the hub and go and post it there. Don't post on the chat. Go to the hub. Go to the hub. Go and post it there. So I am looking. I am looking. I'm not on the hub. I'll get to that later. We're not on the hub.
I already shared mine on the home post. I'm not sure if I put it in the right location.
Okay. So I'm checking now. Let me see if you put it in the right location. Oh, okay. So Itunu has already put her own. I can see Itunu's own clearly there. My business solves the problem of unhealthy processed snacks for mothers who want better nutrition for their children they eat because what they eat shapes their health, growth, and future. You can refine that to be better. You can refine that to be better. You can refine that to be better. My business solves what problem? All right. For who? All right. Because what matters? Right. So state what matters. Right. So it will yes, that is good. So you can refine that to be better. So I've not seen any other person post on the hub. You guys don't want to post on the hub. Itunu, this is another Zobo for you. Another Zobo for Itunu. It's like the others don't want to post. No, another Zobo for Itunu. Ray Luna, you said you posted. You don't know where you posted. So let me see. Did you post? I can't access the hub. Ayang Oga. You can't access the hub. Why? Why can't you access the hub, Ayang? Sean, what group are you? What circle are you? Can we just yeah, you join? Okay. So please, can you reach out to me after this so that we can find a way to sort you out? All right. Oh, please, can any of the leaders on the call, please, can any of the leaders on the call, please get in touch with Sean? Let's sort her out. Let's sort her out right now. Let's know where she is. Yeah, you see the problem with posting on this place is when we shut this down. All right, when we shut this down, we cannot analyze this anymore because we are shut it down. But if it's on the hub, we can come back and analyze it. Right, we can teach with it, we can learn, we can improve. But if we do that here, Right? When we shut it down, it's gone. Nobody's here again. Nobody gets anything from it. But you will learn from the hub. So that's what I'm saying. Post on the hub so that we can always go back to it and learn from it. That's the idea. Freebo, you are doing the same thing I'm talking about. Freebo Tech Solution solve the critical. You can't see where to post on the hub. Anyone is fine. You can post in your circle. If you have access to your, please don't know why. As long as you are posting there, we will go and solve the matter there. But you shall just have to post there. So post on the group hub, post on your circle, post on the group wall, post anywhere. Shall just be posting on that hub, right? So that we can deal with the issues later on. When we close this now, and we're going to close this maybe in another 10-15 minutes, we won't be able to get anything. So thank you, Abba. Abba has posted it on the wall. So please, if you look at the wall right now, if you look at the wall of the page, if you just go to HUB Hub, T. Okay, hold on. Let me just pause this thing here. So this is HUB, right? Dot T. So I have shared the hub link. That is the hub. If you just click on it, you would see you would sign in and then be able to make a post. You just see the wall. That's the first thing you see when you sign in. You just see the wall. So you can post on that wall. All right. And we can discuss all the issues on that wall. All right. We can come back and say, oh no, this can be better. Oh, this should have been like this. But you need to post there so that we will see it. Thank you so much, Abba, for sharing. Thank you so much, Abba. Fred, thank you so much, Fred. Yes, Fred has posted. Dami Lawal, thank you. Funke, thank you so much. Itunu, I've already given you one puff puff and zobo. You are having two now. You are the first to post on that one. So two puff puff and zobo. Hmm? Two puff puff and zobo for Itunu. Okay, thank you guys. So please just post all of that on the wall. We will get to it. All right, we'll get to it. So let's continue the training. Let's continue because of time. I don't want to spend so much time. Okay, so where are we? All right. So who's your customer? So this is what I was trying to explain earlier. Not everyone is your customer. All right. People with a problem, people who are ready to solve that problem, and people who can afford your solution. Right? Did you guys get that? Not everyone is your customer. Your customer is the person who has a problem that you can solve. Right? So if a dentist, for example, is seeing a patient that needs an optometrist, right? If a dentist is seeing a patient that needs an optometrist, the dentist cannot help the patient, even though the dentist is also providing medical care. Let me put it that way. Do you understand what I mean? Right? The dentist is a doctor providing healthcare, but healthcare for a particular area. The optometrist is also a doctor providing healthcare, but healthcare for a particular area. So the optometrist is for the eye, the dentist is for the tooth. Even though they are both doctors and they both, need to attend to patients, it's not the same patient, it's not the same customer, right? So everyone with a problem that you can solve, okay? Everyone with a problem that you can solve, everyone who is ready to solve that problem, because some people can have problems that they're not ready to solve. All right. For example, you have patients that they have waist pain, they have, whatever it could be, maybe headaches or whatever, and you're like, okay, it's fine, I'm okay, I'm not ready to handle that now. There's something I need to deal with. It's possible, right? They are not ready to deal with the problems right now. Okay. So another thing is you might also now have people who cannot afford your solution. So, for example, on Thursday there was Comfort Olabode. Is Comfort Olabode on this call? Comfort Olabode, is she on this call? Okay, so I don't think she's on this call, right? Now, Comfort Olabode sells bags, if I remember correctly. Now, the bags that she sells, there are different grades of bags, right? There is grandmama bag, there is touche bib bag, then there is what's that one? Birkin bag, all right? So all these bags, they have grades. They have the people. The person that will buy grandmama bag, will that person buy Birkin bag? So it might be bag. Then you now carry the bag that is Birkin for the Birkin people and take it to grandmama, and you are forcing the grandmama to buy the Birkin. But grandmama, I don't need this one. I just want things to just carry my, ancient things. I'm just okay with this, my ancient bag. I don't care for your Birkin bag. Do you understand what I mean? Right? You have to be able to find people who can afford the thing that you are selling. The people that the people that um the people that can afford. Let me put it down. Okay, let me use restaurants for example. You have high end restaurants, you have fine dining, and you have regular mama put guys. They all have their customers. Okay, the guys that can afford the fine dining, all right, they might not want to do your regular mama put. The guys that can do your mama put, they might not be able to afford your fine dining. All right, so positioning and understanding these things is very very important. All right, very very absolutely important. All right. So we're just going to look at something that I call the customer clarity framework. All right. Let's just see how it is. So one, customer identity. Who is your customer? Gong gong gong. Age range. How old are they? Gender, location, occupation, income level. All these things matter. Right. We have someone that is looking for very young people. Right. Very young people. You probably want to sell something to those in secondary schools and all that, and you are going to Facebook to find them. You won't find them there. They say Facebook is boring. They won't be there. Very young people, most of them are where? Who can get this answer now? Very young people, most of them, you can find them on what social media platform?
TikTok.
TikTok. Thank you very much. Who was that? Eh?
Usuno.
Itunu, what's going on? What's going on, Itunu? Itunu, you want to finish my puff puff and zobo? Hmm? So very young people, you can find them on TikTok. All right. So if you go to Facebook and you're running adverts and you're saying, "Oh, it's not working. I need to target well. I need to turn my targeting." It's not your targeting. Oh, I need to increase the budget. It's not your budget. You are in the wrong place. All right. So you need to be clear on customer identity. Very, very important. Customer identity, age range, gender, location, occupation, income. All right. You need to know. You need to be able to sit down and break this down. So another assignment I would give is, you see this customer identity thing, you guys will just take time, all right, and answer it, all right? So who's your customer? How old are they? Are they male or are they female? All right? Where are they located? What do they do? How much do they earn? Okay, very important. Then we have things like pain and desire. What is the frustration they are currently feeling? All right? What are the things that will make them act now than later? So you have pain and you have desire. Desire is really what they want. You understand? What they want to achieve. All right. But you see, pain. Pain will make customers act faster than desire. So the person desires to own a car, right? But he suddenly falls so ill. He is ill. All right. The first thing he will go for first is, let me get better before I start thinking of the car. So pain makes people act faster than just desire. So you need to understand this, right? Customer behavior. You know, where do they spend their time? What do they spend time doing? All right. Are they online people? Are they offline people? Are they Lekki people? Are they mainland people? There's some people for whatever reason. If you just mention that they stay on the island, right? If you just mention that you are going to the mainland, they'll just have high blood pressure. They just can't take it. They'll just be having fever and palpitations. So, mainland. For whatever reason, they just cannot go. It's a behavior. Okay, you need to know that. You need to know if they are the type. You need to know, okay, they are the type. What can I do? How can I help them? There is no need marketing to people who do not fit the things that will benefit you or whatever you are trying to sell, or that will benefit, or people who do not fit. There is no need to market to people whose problems you cannot solve. Let me put it that way. If you cannot solve their problem, if you are not made for them, if they aren't made for you, there is no need, right? No matter what you do, a lion can never eat grass, right? A lion eats flesh. It's carnivorous. If you force him, he cannot eat grass. It's like saying a a goat should eat flesh. It's not in their nature. No matter what you do, they can never do it. All right. So you have customer objections, you have customer decision triggers, and all that. So, what can stop a customer from acting or taking action to get whatever it is that you are saying? All those kind of things, right? Um, what what final triggers can would make a customer, what final decision triggers, what things would actually make a customer buy certain things, right? So you have things like Black Friday, you have Yakata that Konga does, you have I've forgotten the name of this one that MTN does. All those things, people who just save their money throughout the day and wait for all those times to say, okay, this discount is here, I'm going to buy. Those kind of things trigger actions, right? So you need to start thinking about things like that and all of that. So um, in identifying your customer, right? Sit down and be clear on your customer. Sit down and start thinking through all these things. You can just do a screenshot. I'll send the link of the post later on, but take note of all these things because for you to fill them and deal with them. Right? So let's go to the next thing. All right. So business direction, right? So business direction, every business must have three types of goals. Goal one, revenue goal, right? Goal two, customer goal. Goal three, operational goal. Right? Businesses do not just grow because you want them to grow, or they do not just grow because you have created a business, so they must grow. There are many businesses that fold up every day. Right? There was this business I was analyzing the other day. They followed up last year. They raised $15 million, not naira. $15 million. Yet they folded up. All right. So you need to sit down and put things together. Make sure that everything works well. So we're talking about clarity here. Clarity without action produces frustration. Understanding your goals, and setting them and say, okay, these are the goals I need to hit. It helps you reduce delay. It helps you become more efficient. And you can just work towards them. Do you understand? So businesses do not grow because of wishes. Businesses grow because of measurable goals, measurable action. So revenue goal. What is your revenue goal? Remember that what's that thing called? SMART goals, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. All right. What is your revenue goal? Your revenue goal should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. What is your customer goal? Right? SMART. What is your operational goal? Right? SMART too. Very, very important. If you say, I want to hit 300,000 in 2 days, if in 2 days you need to hit 300,000, it means that every day you need to be doing at least 150,000. If you miss today and you get to tomorrow, don't now think that tomorrow is only 150,000 that you are doing. No, you are adding the day that you missed. Yes, the day that you missed, you are adding it to. So for tomorrow, your goal will now be 300,000 naira minimum. You understand what I mean? So that's how you just do it. So revenue goals, customer goals, the same thing. I need to get to 50 customers in 1 week. Right? Just break it down into days, break it down into hours, break it down into seconds. So it gives you an idea that okay, this 1 second I have lost this, I have not been able to reach this. It means for the next time you add up what is left and you keep moving, right? Operational goals. Let's say you're thinking about things that needs to happen at the end of the week, for example. So, okay, at the end of this week, we should have started that new product line. At the end of this week, we should have worked on that cabinet, like my guy that works on cabinets. At the end of this week, we should have developed this, maybe this product menu, all right? Or this other thing, this baby care product, like the lady that does baby care products. Do you understand? So, operational goals, all those goals, you put them, they'll be smart, they'll be specific, measurable, all of that, absolutely important. All right. So, what am I doing? There was something I quickly hold on. There's something I really wanted to just give me a moment. Trying to fix something. Okay, okay. So I've seen what I wanted to look at. Okay, fine. So at this stage, when we're talking about customer building stage, there was something I didn't mention that I really want to mention now. You see, at the customer building stage, right? There's something we call what's the way to describe this? Let me call it marketing and sales. All right, let me call it marketing and sales. Now, a major problem we have found is people think marketing is sales. Some other people think sales is marketing. Do you understand what I mean? Right? So, marketing is not sales. Marketing is what you do to generate sales. So, you can have guys that will do marketing for you and bring you leads. You need to have another set of people who will do the work to close those leads. So a major problem I see here, all right, you would when you get to your various groups, you will go in depth into all these things. So all your leaders are experts in these areas. They will do a better job than me. All right. So I'm just giving an overview so that you have that background and you go in. Okay. So marketing and sales. Marketing, my definition, my best or my favorite definition of marketing is the definition by Seth Godin. And Seth Godin says that marketing is a contest for people's attention. All right. Now, if you look at it, there was nowhere there that he mentioned sales. Marketing is a contest for attention. If you do not get attention, you haven't done marketing. So, if okay, for example, yes, what we're talking about when we're doing the introduction, many times some of you introduce yourself and nobody remembers you. You didn't get anybody's attention. All right? You didn't get anybody's attention. Marketing is about attention. Attention. You must get the attention. Okay? And then when you get the attention and you're getting people into that your funnel, your sales team or whoever is in charge of the sales has to be someone that is extremely obsessed with people. Let me explain what I mean. My mom, those days when you go to banks, you just go to the bank and you have all the security men and they don't really care if you're coming to the bank or not. They don't really care whatever it is you want to do. You just open the bank. Hey, don't pass there. Don't go to that place. Follow you. You know, they are rude, they misbehave, they do whatever. My mom loved a particular bank. Do you know why? He said when she gets to the bank, they'll just open the door for her. Good morning, ma. That was those days. So that was why she loved the bank. The obsession with the customer. They would just open the door for you. You know, they would look at you and say, "Oh, good morning, man. You're welcome. How can we be of help?" I'm like, "Okay, this is new." She's used to people doing gragra and talking anyhow and misbehaving and all of that. Stay in the line. They're not saying all of that. She's used to that. That is what people usually do. But in this case now, you now had set of people, right, that were obsessed with their customers. Correct? So they welcome her, they open the door, welcome, please sit down. Oh my God, she loved that. Right? She loved that. Now, do you know another thing that she loved? On her birthday, they sent her messages. Oh boy, she loved it. Right? And she told me no matter what they do, she will never open it. She's still using that account to this. She goes to 20, 25. Same bank, same one account. I'm telling you, same one account. So what's my point here? Many times, marketing can do a very good job and bring you leads. And the people will now come to your gates and your gatesmen that talk anyhow. Right there. And you say, what is going on? Hey, madam, no, don't park there. And the team just goes. And it will now be as if marketing, they're not doing anything. They are there working, seriously, bringing in people. But the weapon fashioned against you is your gate man. All right, that talks anyhow, that tries to make sure that they give him extra money or they tip him before he lets people come inside. Do you understand what I mean? Terrible, terrible thing. So the marketing can be working and sales team can be blocking it. All right. So marketing has to work, sales team, they have to work. Very, very, very important. You have to understand this. All right. You have to understand this. And now the thing, yes, thank you very much. Now the thing is this: if marketing is not working, sales team they have nothing to close. All right. So it has to be an obsession with closing, an obsession with treating people nicely. So your customer care, your sales team, they have to be so so good. You understand? Now another thing I didn't mention is Nigerians like to always bring in new customers. They say that customer anyhow, very rude customer. They say customer is always right. It's not in this case. It's not every case that the customer is always right. Rubbish, rubbish. I cannot take this. So they're looking for another customer. They're looking for another customer. They're looking for another customer. Now it costs you way more to bring in new customers than to keep the customers you have. The customers you have, treat them well, obsess over them, treat them like they're the best thing in the world. That's something like you have in Sterling Bank, the one customer bank. Oh, I'm doing adverts. They did not pay for this. I'm not supposed to be doing adverts, right? But you get what I mean. The one customer bank, right? So they treat them right. They are obsessed with customer, right? That customer can tell their friends, I say, come here now. They bring in more people. They will help you grow. They become advocates for your brand. You know what I mean? They will not be sharing. Even when people are unhappy due to something, they can help you to say, oh no, don't worry, they're not like that. So something must have happened. Do you understand what I mean? So an obsession with your customer is something. I would advise you guys to do. All right, it will cost you less. Your customer, you can actually make way more money from them. So you sell, for example, let me use the cabinet guy. You sell cabinets, for example, and your customer buys that cabinet. That cabinet buying guy might want to do other types of furniture, and you do that. So after doing the cabinet, you will now maybe do chair, then maybe do wardrobe, then maybe do TV stand, then maybe do all those wall designs that you do. So you just keep doing one thing after another. But no, many of you would have sold that cabinet and then abandon the customer and go and look for another one to sell that cabinet to, and then abandon that one and go and look for another one, spending so much money on marketing rather than sitting down to work on the ones you have and convert them and pull out something called lifetime value, right? Pull out the lifetime value from that customer. The existing customer, what can you pull out of it? Pull it out. Okay? All right, so that's what I wanted to say. Thank you very much. I think we can stop now. And yeah, before I go, there's this thing I like here. So I'm going to say something, before I close. You have to commit to working on your business. I don't know how much time you give to your business every day, but you have to commit to working on your business. You have to commit to participating in the hub. You will meet people doing similar things. You guys can collab. You guys can do things together, even if it is to collab on an Instagram post. You can do something together. For example, somebody selling ewagon and somebody selling bread. You can be selling ewagon, people will buy. You can sell bread, people will buy. You have your own customer, your bread, you have your own customer. Now, when the ewagon and the bread come together, they have joined their customer. So remember when the Bible talks about uh, one we chase 1,000 and two we chase 10,000, right? So the ewagon had 1,000, the bread had 1,000. But when they joined together as ewagon and bread, they now have 10,000. Do you understand the power? All right. So they do a post together, they collab. Oh, when you buy a wagon, you can actually eat it with the bread. Oh. They do a post together. All right. And the post will reach the audiences of this one or reach the audiences of that one. It continues to help. So you have collabs on Instagram, you have collabs on Facebook. All right. Please commit to all of this. Commit to participating, commit to doing your assignments. All right. Good is not an accident, God is a decision. But clarity is needed before you get to growth.